I go. It was very important for me to have a dark skinned son. Because I know how I felt to have a light-skinned son, because I picked on him. Right? Listen, it was very important for me to get a dark-skinned son. I wanted to make sure he doesn't get picked on, okay? Yes, it's very important.
I don't even know, Internet, where we're going to let this episode start at. You know what I mean? I just see the tape is rolling, so we might just let it rock right inside that space right there. But tonight, man, we're going to have fun tonight, man. We're going to have fun with a fellow podcaster. A friend to the room, man. Somebody family. who's definitely got his finger on the button, pushing culture. Bills. All right, you can find him on IG at Sad Pit. You might know him by his artist name Bills, but we gonna call you Bills tonight.
Yeah, Bills, Sad Pit. I mean, I got like 1,000 names. Like I'll be in a lot of relationships, so I'll be having to tell different names of different women, so I don't get caught up like that. Like, oh, I know Bills, Brad, Herder Label, B Billions, like that. So,
right. So you can identify who. Oh, they was asking for Brad, huh?
Yeah, like I don't know who Brad is. That's my name to you. I'm like, oh, Brad from over here? Like, nah, I don't know Brad.
I had a 10-minute argument with a girl telling me, you don't know Brad. You know what? I don't. I know Bill.
But is the B the giveaway though? Like if there's 5 girls that run up to your homies, but they're saying 5 different names with the B, right?
Yeah,
we gotta assume that. Oh, they talking about this nigga Bills.
Dang, I need to switch it up. Because now I was going by a new name. I was going to go by Brett. Like, because now it's like my fake name. I done tell people my name is Brad so long. Like, when people ask if you know Brad, people really just identify as that as me now. Like, so now, like, my fake name has become my real name.
Right.
So now I got to start lying about that. Yeah, I got to say I'm Brett.
That Brett is dope. But that's funny that you say that, too, because I read somewhere where
I'm not smoking.
My bad.
Our social media names will actually become our names. Those will become our public identifiers.
For sure.
So
you
whatever.
You go out in at an event and cats is already.
Yeah, right.
Yo, Rock around Dawn.
Facts.
Yo, B Billions. That's when they went to the Yo B Billions.
Sad Pit.
Sad Pit.
Brother Christopher.
Shouts to Sav Kills, because when you first told me over the phone who our guest was, I guess I couldn't hear you. I got old ears. But when you said Sad Pit, I swore you said Sav Kills. And I was like, Sav Kills.
No.
I was like, oh, word, we got Sav Kills? I was like, oh, I don't know if we recording that night.
Yeah, you had to tell him that. Like,
yeah, I don't know, King. I don't know if we're gonna record that night, but you cleared it up. So that's dope. That's dope. Internet. This podcast is called Talkitecture.
Yep.
And we got to get some group business, some team business off real quick. Brother Briss, our engineer, had a birthday this past weekend. Briss, Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year.
Hashtag no condom challenge.
Oh my God. He turned 28 years old. All right, Internet, y'all know I'm heavy into the numbers. So every 7 years, man, you go through a new life era. Briss, you're about to go into some new shit now, from 28 to 35.
It's a brand new shit. I'm gonna start wearing condoms.
Okay.
Smart. Good.
Are you gonna finally start wearing underwear though?
We got conversation.
We gotta tackle one problem at a time.
Yeah.
Give me asking for too much.
True story, right? So when I was working at Wing House, working at Brooklyn Wing House, and they're like, yo, Vok, you need somebody. Like, yo, you can't be the nigga. You can't be doing dishes. You can't be cooking, doing the grill, seasoning. You can't do all that. We need somebody to do this for you. I was like, I bet. So hire somebody. Hired this kid. He came on the interview. He used to work at the restaurant it was before, because the first restaurant before his Wing House was also a wing spot. So he worked there. So the experienced nigga was like, all right, let's fuck with him. So he came to work his first day. I realized in his first day he had no socks on. So I'm telling him, like, yo, boy, you can't come to work without socks. This is a restaurant. He's like, nah, So I ain't say nothing. Next day, man comes to work. Man got socks on. Man got socks on. So man's with the bend over.
Did he have shoes on too, though?
He had shoes. Okay. He had socks.
Okay.
He had the standard shoes for the kitchen. He had the socks on. Man's go. We season the chicken.
Yeah.
Man's take the chicken, put it in the freezer, and when you go in the freezer, you have to bend down. So man's bend down. I'm like, no homo, because, the crack a man ass was out. I'm like, oh, yo. But then I peeped. I'm like, nah. So then later on in the day, so I had told Dre, I was like, yo, I think mans don't got drawers on. I ain't say nothing. Man's working. Dre girl come like, yo, you got underwear on? Janae like, yo, you got underwear on? Niggas like, I see. That's what I'm telling you. Say. Long story short, mans ain't had no underwear. Boy was niggas started calling him Naked Man. That was his name when the kid shot the Naked Man.
Yo, he liked to cook the chicken like he liked to live his life.
Raw.
All right.
My son was
the Naked
I don't know
Man.
how you could do that. Like, how you wear no underwear?
So he was butt naked under his clothes. He had no wife beater on. Like you already naked
You
with
wear,
no
like,
wife beater.
swishy pants?
How you have no cotton
No man had
barrier
jeans.
between your outer.
Yo,
Boy ain't had no.
That's troubling to me. 'Cause
Son,
I need a cotton barrier.
The only nigga I seen consistently wear jeans with no underwear is Michael Douglas. Now, you watch mad movies, Michael Douglas in the 90s, 80s, he never had underwear on. He'll fuck a bitch, get right off the bed, throw his jeans on like a legend. Every time. I never seen that man wear jeans. I mean, underwear with jeans. Shout out to Michael Douglas. He a legend. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Enough dust bunnies in his nuts. Going to the next joint crib.
I need Brother Bristow to get into the cotton barrier. You know, more so than the condoms, man.
It's a Bronx thing.
More so than the condoms, man. But stay safe though. Definitely stay safe. Stay safe. And Bills, I mean, you're about to have a new year coming up.
yep.
The 24th of Saturday.
November.
Already high. 5th of November, which is a Saturday.
Saturday.
Tell me about the Saturday movement. What's the origin of Saturday?
It's kind of like two different meanings, you know. It's like a politically correct meaning, like the joking meaning. It actually started from I was in a relationship maybe like 6 years ago, and it was like I was in a miserable relationship. Like I was said, you know what? I used to be like a former.
Was
bad
she
guy.
light skinned, dark skinned? What?
I mean, she was like light skinned.
Okay.
And so I was just like, I had just got out of a bad relationship, and I said the next relationship I get, I'm not gonna cheat. So I'm gonna just, like, fuck it. I'm gonna just try to go straight forward.
And just a sidebar, just the reason why I asked that is I'm trying to figure out who's more miserable, light skinned girls or dark skinned girls. But proceed.
And the girl was making me. I was more miserable. She was making me miserable. Like, she just was one of those girls that was like real naggy all the time. So like, why you outside? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? I was like, yo, I'm fucking 23 years old. What do you mean I'm outside? Like, this is why I'm outside. Like, and so she didn't have Twitter at the time. This was when Twitter was still more personable, like 6-7 years ago. Like, this was before like what it is now.
Before it got blown out.
Yeah, right. Because at the time, I probably only had like 1,000 followers. Like, it was still like Twitter was still like you speak to your friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You only interact with the people you know directly.
Right.
And so I just used to be writing like mad stuff, like, yo, I'm mad miserable right now. Oh my God, my girlfriend is getting me so mad and shit like that. And so people started laughing at it, and then the one girl wound up leaving me. And then I was even more miserable. I was like, wait, how the fuck could I miss this person that made every day of mine so miserable? And I just tweeted like, yo, it's been sad. It's like, it feels like my ex left me on a Friday because the next day is always a Saturday. Like Saturday. And I just started tweeting Saturday from there. And then I started doing a blog about it. And then we printed up the merch. Like, I was doing a blog on nerdsthecooltable.com.
Okay, dope.
And then
said he made being sad. Said he made being sad the thing to do. Yeah. Still got hoes in his living room.
Right.
I had caught a little bit of a tip from A King that you had like Saturdays was your day to like go pick up like a new release, and if you didn't grab your release in time, you felt like, oh
yeah,
man.
that's like because the sneakers company started doing that. Sneakers like it's Saturday spread. Like, I started it, but it spread like beyond me. Like, it's like a global thing. I own all of the copyright and everything, so
nice.
trademark and all that. So, but people, it has like it took on a meaning of its own. Like, a lot of people use it for other things. Like, a lot of people don't even know that. Like, it's kind of outgrown me, and I like that though. Like, it's something I started that outgrown me.
Dope.
And
but I'm glad you did the right thing and at least lock down some real estate.
Yeah,
on
of course,
that.
you got to have your business straight always.
That's official. That's
always,
official.
Always gotta
I've been saying internets for over a decade. I don't own nothing.
I bought it.
Yeah. All right.
Shout out to Combat Jacket A King.
They did the right thing. But you know what? I'm sick like that too, man. I start a lot of funky words. You know what I mean? And I let people rock with it.
Well,
Yo, imagine if I would have copyrighted for the culture.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
is the most...
Literally.
Yeah.
We started that hashtag.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I remember that shit.
Though. We started for the culture, started Be Safe, though. Those are the two biggest hashtags on Instagram.
Still.
Still in the
everybody. Even like I feel like
it's like 50 clothing lines called for the culture.
But you like you said how it spreads and it even outgrows you. It outgrows. It gets so big that it gets to the point where it's touching people that. How do these people even know it? How do these people even find out?
The internet helps everything spread. Social media, like, because it's like you see, like, how many followers you got on like any social network you got?
I got like 10,000 on.
Right. So now one of those 10,000 people who follow you, they'll use one of your phrases. And maybe, like, if they got 10,000 people that don't even follow you, those 10,000 people are seeing it.
Right. Right. Well, it's what we call interconnected networks. Right. So everybody's circle, whether they got 10,000 or 10 or 100, it spreads to their circle.
But it goes back to the Combat Jack show, tax season, where the dynamic of the conversations, there's certain things that come out of those conversations that's new, that's fresh and new. And by way of repetition, people, we have a wide variety of audience. They'll take that shit and then they'll start using, like you said, for the culture.
So, Bill, you got a new podcast.
Yep, just a podcast.
We are looking, and I say we, I mean the culture, the community is looking for that next voice to help us figure it out.
When Bills woke up and told me he was going to start podcasting, I said, yes, about fucking time. Because people need to hear this crazy shit that he be saying.
Yeah, right, because my podcast is kind of different from any other podcast. I make a conscious effort to have my podcast only be about me and my experiences. I feel like a lot of podcasts is like, it's journalism, so they have to discuss certain topics. And I feel like, when people become dominant podcasters, they can sway their view on other people. So, like, if I'm on my podcast and I say fuck somebody, a lot of people would be like, word, fuck that person. And that would kind of, like if I say, like, oh, this album is whack. And that's kind of, to me, like, that's kind of how somebody eating. Like, so I won't like.
That's facts, though.
Yeah, I don't really discuss no one else on my podcast, just myself.
Gotcha.
And my experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right. I mean, same as any kind of social media.
But it's journalism. Like, I don't. That's why I don't speak. I don't ever say that publicly. Like, but it's. Well, yeah, I guess I just said it. But it's journalism, so I see why people do it. Those podcasters aren't necessary. Like it's this place a spot for everybody.
Absolutely.
So those podcasts is necessary, but me, it's important that I kind of stay neutral to it. You know what I mean? Like. And plus, I got my own businesses. I do a bunch of stuff, too. And
you stay authentic to you.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sure it's going to crack. That's just your energy.
Yeah, right, because that's easy. If I said fuck somebody, I could go say fuck anybody, and it'll get that episode. Like, yo, everybody heard that? You heard Bill say fuck such and such?
Right.
And it'll go viral, super viral the next day. But I just
why use that energy, though?
Yeah, like right. I don't. Yeah. That's not the type of energy I put out there.
And besides, you're providing the service, too. Because it's the style of your podcast. Reservations for one,
right?
Just without even knowing, which you can explain the depths of it, but without even knowing it, just hearing the title, I'm like, oh, okay,
it's just me.
This is some art right here.
Internet, y'all can't see right now, but the Sadderday hoodie is made by Champion. Bills is also fit. So he doesn't need to wear the reverse weave. I'm a big fan of Champion.
So that's what that is?
Reverse weave is for fat people.
Okay.
All right.
It give you extra more.
It give you more around the girthiness area. That's more fitted. Like that's someone who's actually an athlete, or actually do sports things in a sporting way.
Bro, he does neither of those things.
You crazy. I can hoop a little bit. I hoop like I could bust regular niggas' ass. I can't beat nobody that played ball, but anybody that didn't play ball, I'll bust your ass. Like niggas that hoop at the YMCA.
Yo, Bills is, the nigga that in the hood that get that one lucky shot every game? That's Bills every game.
That's like you gotta keep one in the chamber.
It's not lucky then. You know what I mean?
No, because it looks crazy. You can't defend it. That's why it goes in, because you can't defend it.
So you got a Marcus Fultz like jump shot? Like the
way he shoot, it looked like he kind of falling.
Fade away, like I shoot like dirt.
Like the way he shoots, so you can't defend it, so it just goes right in. You be tight, like what? Like God on some bullshit. Like he can't make shit like this go in.
Yeah. Did y'all fuck with the Combat Jack show when it was?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because man, between Combat Jack, between Tax Stone, now
I listen to Combat Jack on SoundCloud back when they was on fucking, what was that?
PNC
radio.
I used to go up to PNC radio.
Nigga,
that's the crazy shit. You know, I had a conversation.
The fucking, excuse me, not even cut you off.
okay.
The Dame Dash episode was like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
You had to wait. You had to sit in the crib, wait for the load up, then get on the train and listen to that shit.
That was one of our turning points.
Niggas trying to listen to that shit 3 times. You got to listen to that shit 3 times in one day. That shit was mad long. That was a huge episode, though. And I never forget that shit, listening to it, because I kept thinking, like, yo, even the fact that Just Blaze is there to get an apology from Dame, and all he wanted Dame to do is say sorry, and he would start working with him. Dame still was clowning him.
I'm going to tell you the backstory on that, though. Everyone doesn't know the backstory. The backstory was brilliant. Reggie went to see Dame at Dame's offices at DD 172. So Dame was like, look at you in your fucking Holly Hobby outfit. Dame murdered that nigga. So Reggie was begging him, come on the podcast, we'll have fun. You know what I mean? It'll be something. So Dame basically murders Reggie. Dame sits down in the podcast when we're recording. He's already had his fill with Reggie. He hasn't seen Just in 10 years. They haven't seen each other in a decade. And these guys work together, man, close. And you think about the energy they generated, man, with Rockefeller, with Jay, with Bleak, with State, with Dipset, with the whole music. These guys generated energy, heat, fire, atomic shit.
Type.
You know? Now, boom, they see each other after 10 years. He already had his fill with Reggie. He already killed Reggie. Now was his time to push buttons on his old comrade, his younger brother.
31 minutes.
His kid brother.
Yo, he assaulted this nigga as soon as he came. He said, look, you still wearing fake jerseys. He had he said you had the fake Jets jersey. He said you went to Modell's and you bought the fake Jets jersey with the hat.
Los Jets.
Son, he was killing him, son.
But the good thing was, after all that, they was able to come to a place where, you know, they made peace.
I mean, Just is still Just. They were all still talented.
Just was pretty much a part of the show before.
Absolutely.
And the truth was that if we didn't have Dame Dash, if Dame Dash wasn't where he was when he was there, we would not have had Jay-Z's run. We would not have had, because somebody had to be a dickhead.
Right. I always tell people that Dame was just as important to it, because you need someone that's going to get in people's face when they want.
You need somebody that's going to be going to the management.
You know, I don't want to segue too crazy, but it's funny you say that, because before when we was out in the lobby, we were talking about the whole Tekashi situation, and, you know, same thing like Bobby and them, not even knowing the full dexterity of what the issue is, but from what I see from outside is like a lot of these crews don't have that type of a Dame Dash, Coach K, you know, that can come in and say, yo, look, man, let's fuck the bullshit. Let's get this money. Let's get these records out.
A Jay Prince.
So
nah, they got him out here. They just don't got chains on.
No, I'm talking about in those situations where it's more so
out here. They got them niggas. They got the niggas who know exactly what to do, how to help niggas, how to get on, how to maintain and stay. They know how to do real business.
So how do we get to this?
You gotta break the narrative that these kids have. Or if you were successful in the music business, you would have a chain, you would have a crib, you would have a car. Where's your big car? Where's your private jet? I don't see no private jet on your Instagram, bro. You ain't in the music business.
So they're not listening.
You ain't selling no records. If they ain't listening to that, you got to say.
So the false perception.
Yes. So that's what they want to see. So if you come to these kids with a chain on your neck and a car outside, they not listening to nothing you had to say. Yo, dude, I ain't got nothing to say. Even if you can help them. You really, truly can probably help them, but they don't want to hear you. So what they do is they do it their way. So now they get on their way, and they stay their way because that's what got me here. So that's what's going to keep me here.
Or Treyway.
Hey, listen.
Hey, no disrespect.
Matt Pratt.
Very white.
What's your ad name? Sorry.
No. That's very white.
Listen, you're
Very white.
Very white.
Not Treyway. That ain't the same thing.
That's very white.
Very white. Shout out the homie Shooter.
Very white on the podcast.
Nah, real shit though. No, it's real shit. Listen, that situation there is just a situation of misinformation mixed with very, very, very severe, strict hood actions. You feel what I'm saying? You put hood niggas in a position to be hood, they're gonna be hood every single time. They got no choice. That's all they know. They was never really truly, like, they was given the opportunity to make money, but what they given the opportunity to be positive, it was a difference. You feel what I'm saying? Once Tekashi had them kids behind him, he feel like he could say anything he want. If I'm paying you, I'm gonna see what my money's worth. So now y'all gotta protect me.
Who backs you?
Because that's the money. He's the revenue.
Yeah. So, y'all can't protect me. Whoever can't protect me gotta go. And if I gotta hire real security, y'all all gotta go. So that's what happened. But it was too late.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Not to speak on their situation.
Of course not.
Truly don't know.
No, we don't know. We just speaking from
I can only speak it late from the outside looking in.
Exactly.
A lot of things were said on the line. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody online seen everything.
And we're coming from a place where this is hip hop, and my concern is like, how do we prevent these things from happening again? What is the solution?
Kids, the thing. All right, listen. Y'all want to hear it? Listen to record labels. The same way y'all go down south and y'all give these kids down there $1 million of deals and give them niggas apartments and houses and cars and all of that shit so they can get around and make sure they got car service. Do the same thing for the New York artists. Stop trying to sign these kids for $150,000. That shit ain't gonna do nothing in the hood. They get $75,000. They get a mom's $20,000. They spend a little bit, get some manager fees and shit. The kids got $10K. They broke.
Whoa, hold on. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the labels. That's what you want to do.
No, but what are you talking about? Them going to Atlanta and giving kids?
Them kids in Atlanta, them kids that be getting them deals in Atlanta, they get $1 million deals, bro.
But how do they do that?
That's because I feel like the bigger artists there look out for them.
Exactly, because the other artists don't look out here.
Which is goes to my point. Again,
look at Jake Rich.
Right.
Jake Rich, crazy. Song Ego, huge, great record. He sold no records last week. New York didn't support Jake Rich.
Part of it is awareness, even though
it ain't awareness. Everybody know who Jake Rich is. He gets 12,000 a show, bro.
Sheck West not moving out here.
He didn't sell any records either. 30K first week.
So now there's a
30K, 30K off one hit single. That's pretty good.
So, but that goes to they're not promoting the product as something that's long term. They like, yo, all right, he's just putting out an album.
Yeah, New York niggas.
There's no build up.
We don't get a chance to get it. We don't get a chance to get a chance. We get one chance. If we fuck it up, it's over. That's it. You out of here. And then if the labels don't dash you aside, police lock you up.
But
no young group got out of New York successfully yet.
Yeah.
Hey, Boogie them on their cusp. They on the cusp of getting out.
Yeah, exactly.
They still not all the way out, but nobody got out.
Right.
Since G-Unit, ever since 50 got away, they never let nobody else get away, bro. You're done. 50 is the one who got away.
And 50 would be, and you would consider 50 post Dipset.
Yeah, post Dipset.
But
the one who got away.
He was post and pre. To be
nigga, they can't even say Dipset because the niggas who got locked up with Tekashi used to be with Dipset. So now them niggas is in jail. It's like they got the niggas that they lost. All right, come on now. It's like, all right, you getting locked up now for the shit you did then because they ain't do shit now.
Which is interesting because the report I read, it said that they've been monitoring this situation from 2013, and it's like, well, that's not Tekashi. That's other people, clearly. Yeah,
Tekashi, he just picked the wrong guys at the wrong time. It happens, you know what I'm saying? I hope these other kids learn their lessons from this situation.
Absolutely.
I just want the kids to listen. I want them to learn. They got all these kids out there. They got a whole scene in Brooklyn. I don't know if you know about it, the Brooklyn drill scene.
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My artist, he's the head of it.
22 G's.
Other kids there that are super dope and got the same kind of talent, but they can't even do records with each other because they all got little bullshit beefs with each other. And then they use their beefs to diss each other. So now they dissing each other in these songs, and then something happened, then they all go to jail. And that's what happened.
And
so now,
meanwhile, while that's happening, you got eyeballs. Eyeballs on it.
It's hard because I mean, think about what a movement has. A movement has people on the periphery who might not be right there, right in the center, right in the middle, but they feel a kind of way. They get activated. They say, "Oh, this is something that we got to."
But we got to talk about these New York artists real quick. Cardi's the hottest thing moving right now, and
Cardi's
she's from New
the
York.
biggest artist in New York.
And she got picked up by cats from down south, so I'll give you that one. And she might spend a majority of her time down there. I don't know.
Oh no!
But
all of our big acts get help from other people.
But they had to find her in New York, right?
Excuse me.
And they threw her bread and they put money behind her and Bodak Yellow all summer, and now we're here.
Well, part of it is because she had notoriety because she was on TV already. So that's part. That's
slightly, but I think more.
And people were genuinely happy they wanted to support her. Genuinely wanted to support her. People wanted her out of the way she was at.
Let's take a look.
This is something that I've noticed. I'm from North Carolina, so this is something I've noticed from living in New York is that y'all can make something pop on your own if you want.
Y'all.
Come on. Use guys can make something, happen if you want. Like Bodak Yellow, I watched that at Trapping for the 99 2000s, and then I saw her performing it on award shows.
Right.
So I've seen that. So with someone like Cardi, again, like she
Cardi, you got
y'all say Cardi's hot. She's hot. She probably was hotter being a bartender than she was on Love and Hip Hop. And then once she got on Love and Hip Hop and they got a couple of cool moments with her,
now Cardi
that shit really
is a
popped.
huge deal. Right now, she's definitely top of the food chain. She did $10 million in merch in 3 hours or some crazy
right,
shit
with
like
the new collab that she did.
Yeah. So then, but to your conversation,
Fashionista.
to your point about them throwing all the kids down South bred and nobody up in New York,
Nova.
they just threw this kid Tekashi. He couldn't have had a bigger name behind him in terms of who pushes the button in the music business, and he just decided to.
But how much was his initial deal?
That's what we
I don't know. He had it all on him.
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
he's
We don't
walking
know.
around with it in his
don't know.
hair.
He
He's
probably
walking around
got.
with it
They probably
in
gave
his,
6ix9ine on the sign in. He probably got 100,000. He probably got signed for like 250, 100K up front type shit. Not saying I know. I'm just saying that's what they do. These other dudes down there. If Tekashi record was a nigga from Atlanta, he got $2 million easily. They wouldn't even talk to nobody about it. Yeah. Let's get this guy some money. It's been a bidding war. They trying to set this shit up. Only kid that had some shit like that in the last few years was Lil TJ. You feel what I'm saying? And he was worth it.
Right.
Lil TJ is very talented. He's a young kid from the Bronx, 17 years old, I believe.
Yeah, he has records a lot
I
on
don't
the
even
radio.
know what angle to take with the Tekashi thing because I'm like, well, what about all right, but he didn't really focus on the music. But then he had all the hit. He had all the
hits.
songs in the charts, so you can't even say that his focus wasn't on.
Remember,
the music.
it's a new day and age with that, right? So instead of focusing on, okay, I'm signed, I'm going to put out a full-length project, it was, let's put out these singles and chart. And we're going to use that as our marketing tool. Like, I went Billboard 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5 with no albums. He's dropping solid singles that he's getting the push for. So then now
I don't even understand what Billboard is, man. I don't even understand that.
All right, so basically
But you know what? But you know what? Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's the sickest high you ever caught?
Sickest high?
Yo,
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, like whether it was drinking, whether it was,
I got
I used to
an
take
even more
Xanax
specific.
for
I'll go even.
Right.
I'll go even
no,
more
you
specific.
can't.
Is the Xanax the thing that was the sickest?
yeah, but that's the worst, man. Like that
Okay.
shit was really bad. For
how
me,
long
man.
does it take to kick in? You pop up in.
Papa Zan, but I used to drink with it a lot though.
Yeah,
Okay.
So like I'm a heavy drinker, so
So you're drinking alcohol on top
I
of
would
that.
pop a Xanax.
Fuck.
30 minutes later, I'm still drinking. 30 minutes after that, it's 18 hours later. You don't even
A
remember
whole
nothing.
Xanax.
A whole Xanax.
Called time travelers.
What's the what?
Like whenever like your black eye, sometimes I would wake up in my car like, where the fuck am I at? I'd be outside the club in the morning, somebody begging the window like, you alive? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm good. Just drive off. Like, yo, that shit is dangerous, man.
So what's the, like, is it a downer?
Yeah, it's definitely a downer.
It's down, but then you mix it with alcohol.
Yeah.
It just take you to the X
Yeah,
factor.
you just be floating, man.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot, man. I have a lot of fun, so it's like I can't specific one. It would be like, which years were you? Because
Well, then I'm gonna ask you this: you ever had a experience where you and someone else on the same drug saw some ill shit at the same time?
No, I don't really do like that's probably like acid. Like I did Molly though. Molly.
Acid, okay, all right.
Molly.
I'm an acid head.
How about this?
You do acid?
I mean, listen,
So
I've already done enough.
So-
I got the click in my neck.
I saw a recent clip. Bill said that he didn't remember a better part of a 4-year relationship.
Oh yeah, on
Yes.
Xanax.
At the
It's
hands
like
of Xanax.
Yes, that was that clip is hot.
yeah,
That
man. It
clip
was
is
like
hot.
it wipe you because you literally don't remember. Like Xanax is like you be like, I did that. Like what the fuck? What
did your girl at the time,
Where is
was she
that
aware?
shit stored in the
Yeah.
brain?
Was she doing Xanax too?
No, hell no. I
She
can't. I
she
don't
said-
date people that's like me. Like that would be like a disaster. Like
Did she chop you up about that? Like, yo.
yeah, hell yeah, of course. She's like, yo, like I can't believe you're doing
You had
drugs.
to hide it
now.
from her
I'm like,
and
I'm not
shit.
doing drugs. I'm doing Xanax. What the fuck? Whenever you're doing something, it never seems as bad as people are making it. But then in hindsight, because now it's
just
been like 3
Xanax.
years, like I ain't been doing that, and I was like, yo, I don't even know how the fuck I ever even did that. Like I couldn't even do it now. Like consciously, I could not make a conscious decision to
Yeah.
say, you know what, I'm gonna take Xanax and drink tonight. I could not do it right now. Like I don't have the I'm scared of it now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But at the
Yes.
time, it's like, yo, what the fuck you mean? Like everybody, like, yo, you wildin', bro. Like you, I'm like, how I'm wildin'? I'm having mad fun. Y'all wildin'. Y'all niggas is whack.
How'd you quit?
I had fell asleep driving, and I was like, yeah, I could have really hurt somebody because I didn't really. Because at that point in my life, I was like, that was like a low point in my life. I didn't even care about hurting myself at the time. I was like, fuck it, I'm just living. Like, if I die, like join the 27 Club, shit like that. You think crazy, stupid shit. And but when I fell asleep, I had 2 other people.
Wait, hold on. What's the 27 Club?
All the greats
like
died
all the
at
greats
27.
died
Like
27.
Kurt
That's
Cobain,
when I was lit
Jimi
at that time. I was the
Hendrix.
man. I had the big bands, all the jewelry, fucking me and Button in the club every night, going to Starlet, fucking 6 nights a week going out. So and I was like,
I
fuck it.
hated Joe Button show bills, son. Son, Joe Button show bills was Joe Button show bills was the worst bills ever. When he was hanging out with Joe Button,
I think that's the
Rory
first time
every
I
day.
met you. Was when Joe Buttons was
Right, I
recording
brought
with
Joe
Tax.
here with him to Tax.
And when Tax kicked him out.
that was the greatest day
Legend.
ever.
Is that the best tax show?
No.
That was the worst tax show.
The second Beans
I
episode.
hated everybody who him that show.
Yeah.
The second Beans episode is the best episode of Tax season ever.
Yeah.
That is great.
And what's so dope about it, I think he was
Podcasting.
recording with
You know why?
DJ Self.
Tax didn't say nothing that whole episode.
Yeah, Beans just dominated.
He said nothing. He let Beans talk. Just let him talk. Beans was venting, getting tight. Then went on the Breakfast Club and got punked by Charlamagne. son. That was Brazerdale. Shout out to E40.
1, 2.
But it was a moment. It was a turn. Like we had our Dame Dash.
Yeah.
I think that was his Dame Dash moment.
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
kicked
with
when he
the
kicked
Beans,
Joe Budden
yeah.
off.
That was
like that turn in the corner. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Yo, Joe Button, I ain't gonna lie. At that time, he might have been the luckiest man in America. Because I get off the elevator, he getting on the elevator. I don't know what's going on. I walk into the room, niggas like, where that nigga went? I'm like, who? They like, Joe Button. I'm like, oh, still.
I was still here. They
Let
wasn't
this nigga
doing
walk
nothing to my man,
past.
man.
But hold on. You were telling us about when you quit Xanax.
Yo.
Oh yeah, because I.
Oh, you gonna quit?
I don't take Xanax.
I got him now.
I'm just eating these gummy bears.
But like I fell asleep driving, and I had 2 other people in the car with me, and I was like, damn, I could have killed one of these niggas. Like, I don't care about myself, but I care about other people. Like, how they family gonna feel that if these motherfuckers
sure.
die? Yeah, so I kind of said, oh, I could have crashed into somebody else.
Or
and
somebody
killed
else
them.
shit.
Like, yeah, and I was like, yo, that's some whack shit. Like, I'm gonna kill somebody else because I'm, like I'm doing dumb shit. Like, I could hurt somebody else. And I was like, yo, I just can't fuck with that shit no more because it got to a point where it was too fun and it was just.
How do you, as now a public figure, because obviously your podcast, even though your content is about relationships and your experiences, how do you when you see these young rappers? And I know we bouncing all over the place, but how do you when you see these young rappers promoting that shit and and you're seeing the effects physically and mentally?
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel? You feel like
I kind of feel bad for him because sometimes you got to learn on your own. People told me 100 times, like, yo, don't take that shit. People who took it told me, you don't fuck with that shit. People who did other drugs told me, don't fuck with that shit. And I ain't want to hear that shit. Like, I'm on top of the world right now. How the fuck you going to tell me something? You know what I mean? So
you never thought about making Sadderday like a dare kind of program, like a campaign of like.
I do with Sadderday too. Like I do a lot of speaking of people who struggle with mental health. Like they reach out to me on Twitter. They reach out to me on yeah, a lot of yeah. But Saturday I do a lot of speaking with people who struggle with mental health. Like a lot of people hit me on Twitter, email me, tell me they identify with it because that is another reason I started Saturday because I kind of felt like depression runs in my family, like straight to my grandparents, parents, like uncles, aunts, and uncles.
Did they know? Or you just
as they got older, like it kicks in, and I kind of felt like I was experiencing some of the same symptoms, and I done seen everybody do everything to try to combat it. Take prescription medicines, go to therapy, go like, and I felt like nothing really was working. So I was like, all right, if I see the road that it goes down, and I see that none of these stuff is specifically working, and I see myself going through it, I have to make a conscious effort in myself to really, really see, like, how can I stop this? Like, how can I help myself? Right. Like, how can I break the cycle? If I know therapy not going to work, if I know going to a psychiatrist is not going to work, if I know taking psych medicine is not going to work, like, what the fuck can I do? So I kind of just, embrace it. I was like, all right, well, I'm just a sad person. Like, it's just like something that it's just one of my traits. Like, some motherfuckers is happy all the time. I'm just a motherfucker that's sad all the time. That's just something about it. Like, so I got on Twitter. I just started tweeting sad all the time, and then other people helped me. Like, other people laughing at my sad tweets or relating to it kind of helped me. Like, it's like, yo, you know, all of us going through it. Everybody go through it. I'm not the only motherfucker with problems. I'm not gonna be the last motherfucker with problems. These problems ain't going. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be something I'm going to deal with for a while, but it's just something I just kind of embrace. So I kind of made like a joke out of it. That's why I was doing the blog, like shit like that. So.
Damn. That's just,
Twitter is the therapy,
life,
man. Because MySpace was, you know.
Found a lane, hit it, you know, got in it.
I think that's what Twitter is for us, too. You know, like, for everybody in the room, like, when you're on it, most of the time you're not talking to nobody.
Right, just talking
You're just
to
speaking
myself.
thoughts, like, you know, perspective that you may have at the time about whatever's going on.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not viewed the same. It's a fuck space, but it's fun. It might be Xanax.
Yeah, you got to use it. But anything, it's like anything in the world is bad if you use it for the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like a car could get you from point A to point B, but a car you can also run over 15 motherfuckers if you feel like it with a car. You know what I mean? So everything in this world is about how you use it. And I use Twitter
Tools,
I use
certainly.
it. I use it to my advantage. And like when people hit me up, like it's like a great feeling when people hit me up like, yo, man, you helped me get through a lot of things. Like from the last tax season interview, I talked about mental health. Because especially as a black man, especially a cool black man, it's like, well, people view me as cool. I don't really think of myself that's cool. I'm lying. I think I'm the coolest motherfucker there is. But people hit me up like, yo, like to have someone like
do you hate Chris Bills?
Who?
Everybody hates Chris.
What?
Which Chris?
No, I'm just.
Moral?
No.
Yeah.
So this Chris.
Oh no.
Nah,
We trying to work on something with this dude.
Any Chris,
and you
any
know.
Chris. Do people hate Chris?
I mean, yeah, he's white.
I'm not Chris.
Morrow. No, this Chris.
In
Oh,
general,
no, hell no, I don't
do
hate
people
Chris.
named
said
Chris
he's white.
be more fuck
Let's
boys
get to
or
that
be
though. We
more
skipped over something. Hold on.
stand
All right,
up?
hold on. Let me tell you some shit about niggas named Chris.
Yeah, hold on, wait.
You got,
Let me address, that was not
Are they
Chris
from the
Morrow.
Bronx?
We was talking about-
Oh no. Shout out to Chris Morrow. He know
Not the Chris Morrow.
No. Shout out to
That's
Chris.
not the white Chris I was
Internet.
referring to.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Internet. As I've been told, these are the words of Vok. All right,
Listen,
they do
niggas
not.
named Chris
From the Bronx or Brooklyn?
from period.
Okay,
Period.
Okay, general.
Hey, please don't speak right now.
Niggas
right.
named Chris are always on some bullshit. Let me tell you why, right? Because niggas named Chris, they mother done taught them that they got their name out the Bible, so they like Christ, you feel me? Boom, boom,
That's
boom.
what
So they
Chris
feel
is.
like anything they do and they say sorry for, they like repent. Like, he's super brutal honest. Like, I think you're fat today. I'm sorry about that, but I think you're fat today. Like, you know what I mean? They're like assholes.
Yeah.
That's why he
They're
gets to be a photographer.
apologetic
Yo.
about it.
He gets to be a
But
photographer.
like
that
every
way.
person named Chris.
Political.
Change
Is it
it.
short for Christopher?
Yeah,
Like,
Chris Paul. Chris Rivers.
yeah, that's like the most generic name. I would hate to be named Chris. It's
Yo,
like,
it's like-
no thought. I kind of feel
like,
like,
why
if your
you
name is
name me Chris?
Yeah,
Like,
like you
you
ain't even
lazy
care about me.
motherfucker.
This is like, yo, fuck it.
What's his name?
Chris.
Christopher.
So maybe,
Yo, is he a
maybe
boy or a
everybody's
girl?
named Chris.
We gonna make him Chris with
Chris.
a Christopher with a U and an R.
That's just Chris.
That's what
Wow.
they're trying to change it.
They made
act
that shit
like they French.
Kwanzaa.
Yo, you read this nigga? Cause this nigga
mean,
you talking
man.
crazy.
No, I don't.
Yo, don't let that quiet shit fool you, bro.
I know. He's crazy. He is. I'm surprised he still works here.
Oh shit!
I can't believe it. He made it through the ranks.
Yeah, he did.
I seen this building turn over mad times, and he's been here this whole time. So congratulations, bro.
Word, man.
We
Yeah.
love you here. I'd have fired your ass a long time.
Yo, Bills, we spoke earlier, man, and you know it's not only Xanax that you separated yourself from.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you're also weed free.
Yeah, weed free, because like as much as I love weed, like it really slows you down. As much as I think I could get done, because I do still get my work done because I have to, but like it slows you, like it really, really slows me down. So like I would be like, all right, I'm gonna smoke after I make it. Like when I first finished the podcast, like I was working on it for about a month, like thinking about how I wanted to structure it, so I couldn't really smoke. Once I did the first episode, I said, all right, now I can enjoy myself. I want it to be more of a pleasure for me, like not than something like an everyday occurrence.
I feel like a reward.
I was smoking cause my crib was everybody pull up, so a nigga come through at 10 a.m. to come record, 'cause I got a studio in there. A nigga come through 10 a.m. record. Me and him smoke 2-3 blunts. He go about his day. 3 p.m. Vok pull up. I'm smoking 2-3 blunts with him. Another nigga pull up at 8 p.m. I'm smoking 2-3 blunts with him. We come to the point. I'm like, yo, I smoked 10 blunts today. What the fuck is wrong? Like, what am I going
crazy.
through?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so I said, yo, I just cannot. I cannot fuck with this right now. I gotta just get super focused and
So is the workspace smoke free?
Nah, everybody can still smoke. I still be around it.
You still,
but
you just be like.
Yeah, I just, you know what I mean?
Discipline.
I don't have an addictive personality. Whenever I say I'm done with something, I could be done with it.
Dig it. Addicted to discipline, really.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Salute that. Internet, salute. Bills, I mean, Saturday has me hyped, but the podcast.
I gotta get you some merch too, man.
Oh man, I hope you don't make shit for niggas as fat as me.
Yeah, we got 3X, 4X.
Damn, man, don't make no 3X shit.
Is that Fatterday? Is that a Fatterday?
Nah, Saturday.
Yeah, I need 3X. I need 3X.
Bro, y'all wild.
That
Listen,
Dallas
man.
Saturday collab, Fatterday.
Yeah.
This body posse is really hot right now. You call somebody fat, they're gonna get in your
Be
face.
the Ashley Graham of Saturday.
Yeah, no. You gotta be.
1X is good for you, said.
Yeah, no.
Oh, they fit
I'm
full?
Fat. I'm fat. I
Yeah,
want that
1X
3X.
right here. I'm 1X. You keep with 1X, man.
Yeah.
1X, 2X.
2X polo.
Nah, but tight clothes is in. You gotta wear 1X. You gotta embrace the gut. Like you gotta have the big gut out.
Oh, then you know what? Then okay, 1X LT. Long tail.
Yeah.
AO.
Hey, yo, good for it.
But long enough where I could tuck my shit in. I don't want to have no 1X shirt.
Oh,
This should be like a sports bra. You need to have the length in the barrel enough just to,
Gotta get your Gucci belt tucked in. It.
Bills, Xanax, weed. What about women?
Oh man, that was like the my worst drug. Honestly, I'm just I'm like a lover, so I could be in 4 or 5 relationships because I work from home. Everything I do is independently, so I got nothing but free time. So I wound up in 4 or 5 relationships at a time, and I kind of felt like that wasn't nice. So I kind of really just.
She's like a mad scientist with this shit,
It's kind of, I guess, yeah.
No. Don't say mad science. I mean, you were lifestyle, and your lifestyle was such that.
Right. So it's easy to date when you live a free life. Because I could spend 2 whole days with a girl, a whole 48 hours, not leave, just be with her. And then if somebody spent 48 hours with you, if you don't see me for another 2 weeks, you good though. I spent a whole 48 hours with you.
Okay, that was scientific.
Right. I'm going
You did have that.
Yeah.
Right.
the whole.
And it seems like I'm
carry the
dedicated
line.
to you, and I'm like, yo, I tell everybody, it's yo, I'm trying to get some work done right now. So I'm gonna be
48
MIA
hours
for a
gets
few
you
days.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 48 hours get you 2 weeks. And then that's another 48 hours with somebody else and another 48 hours with somebody else. It's just horrible, man. I kind of felt like that
Stacking
was...
that
How many of the
that
same
time.
movies or seasons of shows have you had to sit
Oh,
through?
my God, man.
You've done these
You know how many
48
times I
hour binge.
jump prematurely and she's like, what, you saw it?
right. You had to act like you didn't see it.
Yeah, oh, shit. Watching the same movie over and over, watching the same shows over and over. You be like, God
She reacts
damn.
mad
There's
crazy.
a
You're
lot
just
of
sitting there
brain
chilling.
power you're putting into.
Yo, right. And I was
That's
like,
kind of
following
torturous,
these
though.
threads.
It is. And plus, I was selling myself short, though, because I feel like I could just do that for one woman. Instead of sending 5 women flowers each week, send one
shit.
woman flower 5 days. I'm gonna make one woman the happiest woman in the world. When I find a special someone. So
But then when you cut them off, though, they ready to throw hands, right? Because now you're training them to get used to gifts. Not gifts, but the pleasantries and the
Nah, but it's that's only in the beginning, That's in the beginning. After that, it's that's the first month or 2 you mad nice, and after that you get regular jerk me. But I mean, the half of me is still a lot, so it's you get half of it. It's I set him up super romantically, and then a month later it's just yo, you know what I mean? Then it's yo. So.
Bills, is there any specific reason why? Leave it to me to ask. Forgive me, but are you growing your hair out? Any reason specific?
Yeah, I always wanted to grow my hair out, and recently I just got like as I started to get older, I've been more like, you know, more self-aware, more confident, and just doing everything that I want to do. Like a lot of times, like I'm like a people pleaser. Like I do stuff. Like if somebody tell me they don't like my hair, I'm like, damn, I'll cut my hair. So like I used to grow up curly sometimes, and then like
Good
this
hair
is the
game.
longest I've ever been. And I feel like the strength in a man is in his hair. Like long hair is like a
Power's
sign
in
of
your hair.
strength. Yeah, like you know what I mean. So I'm growing my hair. Like I can't grow a beard. I wish I could grow a beard. My shit don't connect, so I gotta just grow my hair long.
All right.
What you got?
And I got nice hair, so I want the girls to, you know.
Good hair gang. Good hair gang.
Yeah, man. How the fuck you got good hair? You
Yo,
too dark to have good hair.
You know what's crazy? Combat and Dallas, they used to get on me about because I used to cut my hair,
matter of fact, you
but
used to have
then
the
I'll grow
curly
it,
shits.
and they be like, "Yo, don't cut that shit." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm cutting this shit, man. You can't be out here." But it says a lot that I feel the same way. Like if you can grow your hair, you gotta wear that shit. Like
Yeah,
fuck
right.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's the
you know what I
same
mean?
thing I
Fuck
feel.
that. You know, we trying to get. Nah, never mind. Chris
He
already.
got the bed. Chris got the bed.
Yeah, he used the bevel blade and that was it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bevel.
Yeah, I be wearing my hair
Brother
long,
Briss.
curly sometimes too. I be putting all the natural hair shit in.
Even this shit is experiment, but I fuck with it because it's
Yeah,
like
right. I love
fuck
my
that
hair. I
cutting
don't
shit.
think I'm ever gonna cut it.
Yeah, waves is too complicated.
Yeah, man.
Gotta
Plus,
put
like
the
do-rag
do-rag
give me
on.
headache and all that.
Yeah, you gotta. It's gonna slip up in the night, and then you gotta.
Plus, I
it's
want like
crazy.
a natural hair girl. I want us to have our like us shampooing our hair together, like in the mirror. Like, we washing each other hair, like us riding double bikes with both our hair flowing in the wind, and shit. So I'm growing my hair. I'm keeping it long.
What's good?
You ever done any stand up?
No, I never did stand up. I used to act though. I used to be like an actor. That's another one of the things. My cheat codes is like, I was in the episode of Sex and the City. You know how big that is with women. I was like, yo, like I was the altar boy at Brady's Christianing, right? So I always show girls that, like, yo, you know, I was in Sex and the City because every woman loves that show. That's like
Facts.
the Bible for them.
Yeah,
So
y'all
once
dealing
I
with
showed
some
them
very
that,
old women.
they was like, what the fuck? You was on Sex and the City? They don't even believe me at first because it was like, yo, like you was 12 when it came out. Like, how the fuck could you be on that show?
Yeah.
But I was the altar boy in it. So I was like a little kid holding the water that the baby got Christian with. So I used to like act, and I used to do like a lot of background acting. I did a lot of speaking roles too. Like I did movie, like, but none of them made it to the big screen. The biggest movie I probably did was this movie called City by the Sea with Robert De Niro. Like that made it.
Yeah,
I still get
of
paid residual checks from that to this day. Like sometimes though it'd be like $1. Shit, like people in Asia watching this shit. I get 50 cents, but it's still a check. Like
Yeah.
but over
Crazy.
because it's over probably 20 years now. Back then,
Is your SAG card still activated? Or you still
yeah,
pay?
like sometimes like you gotta pay every year. Sometimes I'll be forgetting like, oh shit, like 2 years I ain't do shit.
So
So
you-
go pay my
So you'll do it again? Like,
yeah, right. I
you'll
want to
act.
I'm gonna get back into acting, but I want to do it more so independently. I'm big on doing everything independently. Like YouTube offers like the opportunity that there's never been. Like right now is one of the best times for an independent person who got hustle and grind to put out as much work as possible that you could get paid from. You could just keep generating stuff, and it's important to do as much right now. Because in a few years from now, everything you did is still going to be there. Like that's
Right.
why I encourage people.
Catalog.
Yeah, I encourage people to do everything. You do music, just don't stop at music. Do podcasting, do skits, do everything you could possibly do. Because right now, people going back and watch stuff I did 4 or 5 years ago, and they're like, "Oh shit, you used to do this 4 or 5 years ago." So now I'm getting views on those, and people like hearing stuff I talked about 4 or 5 years ago. And 4 or 5 years from now, they're gonna listen to podcasts like this, like, "Oh shit, you did this 4 or 5 years ago."
Yeah.
So I encourage people to be like, this is the era to be like a jack of all trades.
For sure.
Do you write? Do you do any sketch writing or anything?
Not really, not specifically.
Yeah.
I need to get more into it. I do, but I don't actually. It's just like you be in the crib, you think of shit. Like I got some like YouTube ideas that when I get some time, I'm gonna work on. Like I did a couple skits and shit that I'm gonna shoot.
That's dope.
Like,
Yeah, YouTube is dope. I mean, YouTube is so strange. It pops up, it dips, it sways. Like, man, I fucked with YouTube years ago. Man, listen, man, I lost that rhythm. But YouTube was fire.
Get it back.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you got.
If you would have took your Marshall show to YouTube shit, when niggas was getting like when you was getting shit from Marshalls that niggas ain't never like shit that niggas was looking for, and they have them in Marshalls, TJ Maxx, shit like that.
Kill that.
If you had the show like that on YouTube, that should be ill. Well, that's you can find fly. You really can find fly shit.
Hell yeah, shop at Marshalls.
Well, the good thing is you got, we talk about culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the good brother Tumabasa, who's in position to allow these creations from our perspective.
He's definitely,
you know what I mean? So that's what I pay attention to, because sometimes it's like, all right, this is not the season for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like you said, I think now is a good time to get in that space.
But you had a show where you went to Marshalls and brought stuff?
Nah, I think he was on Instagram showing niggas some shit, right?
Man, listen,
He do that shit.
I got
Yeah.
a decade of shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Doing shit.
All right, you see right, and then when somebody's interested in you, they're gonna go back and watch all of that. Like,
Right.
yo, this guy was like, this guy's ahead of his time. Like,
Not even no question.
Nigga,
Like now, when I get home, I'ma check up all your shit.
Fucking with him, I went to they had a Marshall men's shop, like the men's shoe shop. They only had shoes. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Them little shits that only had shoes.
Yep.
And they had a size 14 Yeezys in there.
With 14?
Size 14 Yeezys. Copped them so far.
oh, you copped them and sold
For
them.
$1.
Yeah.
Marshalls.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But you're right though, because I would see his videos about polo and all that shit, sneakers. I really wasn't in tune like
Saying they
that
got
until I see his
Timbs,
shit.
nigga.
And I'm like, yo, damn, this ain't just buying.
They got the butt nakeds. Vok be wearing, you just Vok be wearing the
had
butt
the butt
naked.
naked.
Nah,
wearing the no leather.
They had the 8-inch double soles. You bugging
They had
out.
the double
I'm not gonna lie, I had a
Double
pair of
soles.
butt nakeds before. My mom's brought them.
My uncle bought me some butt niggas one time. I got teased for 6 weeks.
But you know what?
Even after I got new ones, they
You know
still
what?
was dissing me.
I never wore them,
You know
but
what?
I had them.
That was not even in comparison to the people that didn't have even the Timberland shit. They had some other off shit.
Oh,
They was like, oh, you got the Wonderlands. Oh, you got the Lumberlands. Oh, yeah. Nah, I mean, you get murdered. You get massacred. You know what I mean?
It was just my homeboy Timothy. We was in the 6th grade, so my son came to school with the lug boots.
I owned a pair of lugs before.
Niggas was killing me.
I'm not proud of that though. It was just one pair.
I never had lugs.
One pair.
Yo, man, I'm sorry.
Chris, you had lugs. You from the Bronx? Then Flex.
He turned gangster. He turned gangster after that day.
Yeah, you had, if you was wearing lugs, like, you had to be dead gangster, because if not, you was getting bullied the whole day. You was getting bullied for a whole
Nah,
year.
if you wore lugs and you was Latino, you was good.
Nah, you know what's crazy?
Yeah, nah, because all Latino niggas was cutting niggas. It's just like 7 years old. Like,
And they wore
niggas
mountain
come-
gears.
Like if you was a Latino
Mountain
uncle,
gears,
you
facts.
could wear lugs.
They wore mountain gears and A solos.
Yeah, I mean, Dolomites was fired. I had a pair of Dolomites.
Dolomites was
No,
fire. I never
Dolomites
had
was fire. I had
Dolomites.
Dolomites.
Had fire.
I had Dolomites, Vasgors. I had all them
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
shits.
Yeah.
But that's crazy how Tim still lasted. Like,
I mean, Tim's was
Classic.
Tim's was smart when they had where you could re-up your shit.
Tim,
I used to send my beaters back at Tim. They re-up.
I used to go to Reading. I used to go to
Right.
Reading to the outlets, and I used to bring my old shit and then swap out.
Yeah,
They let
do
you
that.
switch?
Back in the day.
Yeah,
they used to let you
they
switch
did.
your old
I didn't.
shit.
they don't do it no more?
Hell,
But you had to go to
they-
Pennsylvania to do that shit.
They did that.
Well,
They
shit,
did
I
that.
kicked 10 pair of old tears going to PA.
They did that. I mean, you can do it through them, but you got to do it through the website.
Right, you had to send it, yeah.
You got to get a return authorization. It's a whole thing. I used to write a letter inside and have pictures with it, and have a pair of boots with a sole broke open or whatever. They send me a new pair, or they send me a list like, yo, boom, here's what's coming out. Pick from that.
What?
Oh, that's
Damn,
dope.
companies were way more hospitable before.
Yeah, but it was Timberland.
Is
It
that
wasn't.
a word, hospital?
That's
Hospitable.
exactly
Hospitable.
hospitable. But they were Timberland. They hadn't been bought out by the big corporation VF. When the big corporation bought them out, that's
My
when.
son Bills is retarded.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, God was like, listen, you can either be handsome and 6 feet or smart. And I picked being handsome and 6 feet.
You know what's crazy? I heard you say that you grew an inch when you were taking Xanax.
Yeah, right, because you sleep. You know how, like, when you say you sleep, you get taller?
Yeah, you grow an inch in your sleep.
Yeah, so I was sleeping so much because, boy, you a sleeper.
you think that's why these kids are taking
hours
it?
sleep. I'm saying
Do you
that.
think that's why these kids are taking it?
Because they feel like they bigger and shit.
No, they feel like they're too
Nah,
short.
but they
like
taking it
Tekashi
too
short.
young. They take it too young, so it be fucking them up. Like, it be taking like 17 years old and shit like that. I preach drug free now, man. I don't think anybody
Fuck
should
that
do
shit.
that shit. Yeah, that shit is whack, man.
Them
I mean, if you do it, you're gonna do it. Sometimes people gotta learn on their own. But if anybody asks me personally, I don't really tell people because I try not to preach. Because I told you, I ain't want to hear nobody preaching to me that shit like, yo, stop taking that shit. So if you ask me, I'll tell you that shit is whack. But
So now you play the big brother role.
yeah, but it's hard being a big brother because the way I used to look at the big brother, like when people try to tell you shit, it's kind of like, I don't want to hear that. Like you kind of, you know what I mean? You did your thing, let me do my thing. You know what I mean? So I kind of live in, so I'm not that far removed from it. Like a lot of the people I be with, like who do that shit are like probably like 6-7 years younger than me. It just so happens like all of my friends are older. So
You never had no young people like say you, excuse me, mister?
hell yeah, I'd be like, motherfucker, who's a mister?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I'm like, who the fuck you talking to,
That's the
nigga?
crossover. When they say mister, then you be like, damn.
Niggas is calling me Mr. Bills. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'll fuck you up,
Counselor
nigga. I ain't no mister. I ain't responsible, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta. I had to assume the uncle. You gotta assume it.
Yeah, but I still try to teach the youth, but I try to teach them through messages and show them different because words, nobody don't give a fuck about what you tell them. But if you show them like, yo, you know what I mean? Like that's why I would come on here and talk about shit.
Did you counsel the good brother Mouse Jones? I heard he was going through some shit a while ago, you know, before his recent success, and I heard you was pivotal in like
That's my brother,
coaching
man.
and counseling him. And I'm just saying that because you walk in the room.
That's my brother.
That nigga Mouse is crazy.
Yeah, Mouse do need some counseling though. I mean, he been chilling lately though, so I would say that though. He been chilling a lot lately, so I'm happy about that.
I'm pretty sure everybody in the room got about at least 4.5 Mouse Jones stories that they might be aware of.
Today, you mean like stuff that happened today?
No, I'm just in general, minimum.
Nah, but I'm trying to think about because I listened to the tape on the way over here, and I'm trying to think if there was anything on there that that was anti-drug message, or if there was like turn-up shit.
What tape?
The Path EP.
Oh, the EP.
Okay.
Like, nah, most of the stuff is like most of the stuff is about like
that first
relationship.
song, I wanted to. Shoo! I was about to jump on the train. I thought about just jumping in front of it.
Yeah, right. That's like a song I wrote. It was like when I was in a dark place. That the first name for it was Dark Place and shit like that. Like it was just about me, you know, speaking my truths and shit. Like
Yeah, no.
I'm
it was
addicted
cool.
to
It was
lying
just
in
like,
text. I'm addicted to missing my ex and shit
Right.
like that. Breaking hearts for art, shit like that. So
top 5 women that you that you currently got your eye on.
Wow.
I had another question, but then
Scoundrel.
I didn't want to put that out there.
yeah,
But
not none of
dark
my
place
exes.
to a
I
bright-
don't-
no, it's,
Top 5 women I got my eye on like that.
and it could be celebrity. It could be
date. Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba is like the ultimate. I like nice, sweet women, so it's all gonna be like sweethearts. I like love Jessica Alba.
She's definitely old enough to talk about Sex in the City with.
Yeah, right, like that. Her. I like I like a couple Instagram girls. You know what I mean?
Who would you F? From Sex in the City.
You know what? I was gonna start a rumor and said that I fucked Sarah Jessica Parker. I was gonna,
Yeah?
because I was like, yo, like I met her. I was gonna make up a whole elaborate lie, try to sell it to TMZ. Like, yo, me and her like had a like, you know, we kept in contact. We met that day, and
You think she was the sexiest?
Nah, but she was the most popular. Sometimes I pick popularity over looks. Like, if it's a group of bitches, I want the one that's the most popular. If I don't get the one with the most Instagram followers, I'm going home. Like if we link up with some bitches, I don't give a fuck who got the prettiest one. I want the one that get the most likes.
Dallas,
Right?
that's clout. Dallas, that's clout chasing. Bill should define clout chasing for you.
Thank you.
Actually, he'd be a
Thank
great
you.
one to ask.
Thank you. Very white in the corner. Thank you.
Is that clout chasing? Well, I mean, I just like.
not in the negative.
But
But
if he kill though,
man, he won.
Well,
That's
if he
clout
gets
chasing.
Right,
half
yeah, you know,
Right.
right. It is
Right,
clout
right,
chasing. Fuck
right.
it. I was gonna write a book called How to Get Yourself Poppin'. I told niggas, yo, sometimes you gotta fuck the ugly popular girl to get your shit out there because they gonna go the hardest for you. They gonna promo all of your shit. You know what I mean? They gonna support you the most. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta fuck the ugly popular
Damn.
girl.
Think of any examples off the top of your head?
damn,
Mouse Jones.
yo, chill. You are crazy.
Mouse Jones. That's how Mouse got popping. Like he fucked all the ugly popular girls in NYC.
Okay,
and-
all right. Well, look.
I mean, it's subjective.
Oh, I love too. I love Hey Friend, Hey, I'll marry Hey.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Wait. Let's give this proper. Say it again, young man.
I love Hey Friend Hey. I'll marry Hey Friend Hey right now.
Francesca.
If she told me cut off my ear, I'd be like, which one, left or right?
Also, Fred, stay away from bills. You're too pure.
Well, I'm a nice guy.
Too much juniper
No,
berry.
you're not.
Like, I'm trying to think.
So you got Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, I wouldn't, but that's not my top 5. That's because she was on Sex and the City.
Jessica
Jennifer
Alba.
Aniston. Only when she crying though. Like I love Jennifer, like sad Jennifer Aniston. I like sad looking girls too. I like girls that got like the rings around their eyes. That like, you know what I mean? I just want to save them. Girls that got big bags under their eyes and look sleepy all the time. I just feel like damn, like I just want to save you. You look so sad, Queen. Like
Georgia Smith.
Just let me come here for you. I love Georgia Smith. I like Sadderday, Aaliyah.
Rest in peace.
That's about it.
Shit.
That's it.
Reservation for one.
Yeah.
Reservations for one.
That's a good list.
Yeah, that's a good. I just like nice women. Like I like women. I feel like just like they like those women like flowers. They not like to me like they could never do no wrong. They just seem so innocent and shit like that. Like that's the type of women like innocent women. I like people that's the opposite of me. Like I couldn't date nobody that's like me because I ain't trying to be chasing no girl around. Like, yo, where you at? I'm calling her phone. Like, what you doing? Where you at? I see her on Snapchat turning up, lying to me about where she at and shit. Like, she blocking me from seeing certain videos. I can't date nobody like me. That's why I don't think I could date nobody that's like in the same field as me.
Yeah.
Shit, so.
Where do you find dates from?
Like Twitter, Instagram.
Twitter.
Twitter. Listen, Twitter is very, very. But nowadays I've been kind of I've been kind of scared to get screenshotted a lot. So because I still got old school corny games. So I don't want. It's not the younger generation of women are not really receptive to that. You tell a girl like, "Good morning, flower," like your energy is so pure. I wish we could spend a weekend together. Bitch screenshots like, what the fuck is this nigga?
Bitch ass nigga. Nigga
What
talking
the
about
fuck is
flower.
Yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
Mister. That's
like,
Mister.
My game, that ass. My game. That's why I'm trying to get out the game. I can't function in it no more. Like it's
That's why you want Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, like I need somebody to get out the game.
You can't shoot that shot. So
these young
Yeah.
girls are
Hell
aggressive
yeah,
and
like-
disrespectful.
They
They all talk like the city girls.
That ass.
Yo, that's my favorite album.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I like that fresh talk. I like that spunky shit.
Yeah, I heard a couple of their songs. I like it, but I just couldn't date nobody.
No.
See, that's what I said.
Absolutely not.
I date girls like Khalees, like crazy bitches that
Nah,
try to
that's a
stab
bad-
me.
Hell no. Then you're gonna end up like Nas
Yeah,
on
you don't
child
wanna do-
support. And,
Nah, fuck
That's
that.
what happens to me. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're living in your truth. That's
Yeah,
really
you gotta,
important.
sometimes you gotta know your vices.
But some of those vices is, you can
Are
stay away.
nicest. Some of those vices are nicest. Like at first it's good. You don't know she crazy until you crazy.
No,
They all crazy, bro. It's just
Nah,
how much crazy are you willing to tolerate?
Oh no, you can't tolerate any of it, but you do.
No, I don't. I can't deal with crazy because I do a lot of shit that would get me in trouble, and I had a
Nah, you
girlfriend
can't
that
do it.
beat
You got
me up
17
before.
women. If you got
Yeah.
17 bitches and they all crazy, you're gonna die.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, remember a girl keep my car up? I done got stabbed by a girl like multiple
Damn.
Have you
times.
tried like going to a library and meeting
Nah, but I
people?
don't know how to like
Sexy library?
the internet
Lot of
ruined it though.
women with
I don't know
rings
how to
under their
approach a
eyes.
woman in person anymore. Like I don't know. It's
Lot of
like
women with
and
dark
plus
circles.
because I feel like a lot of ways I've learned how to approach women back in the day is wrong. Like I could never ever see myself grabbing a girl arm in public again. But back in the day, that's how I used to
Yep.
do it. Like I could never do
Nah, you
that
can't do that
again.
now. That's
Like
over
what
with.
the fuck? So I don't
gotta
even know what
airdrop
to
them a
do. I
request
just
for
rather just let it go. Like fuck it. Like hopefully she know who I am and follow me or so. Or I'm gonna check the location. Hopefully she just took a picture here and I'm like
front,
I'm one of
they
those.
rough.
Hey, I saw you last night, niggas. You know how niggas be climbing them on the internet. Like I'm one of those. Hey, I saw you last night. I didn't know what to say though because my game is like, come here, miss. Yo, come here. You give me a kiss right now, and that kind of don't.
Oh, the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Where you grow up? Where'd you grow up?
Yo,
Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Notion Avenue.
Bed-Stuy, right there, N.A. Man, I'm just thinking like a Brooklyn summer,
Yeah.
Parkway, just the energy anyway coming on N.A. and Fulton.
Right.
Just
It's live. Bro, Bed-Stuy is live, man. Bed-Stuy is, shout out to Bed-Stuy. Gentrification trying to get us up out of there, but it's a few of us still holding on strong. I still
Shout out to
be seeing
Mousy, he's still out there.
yeah, shout out to my niggas on No Shit, man.
Facts.
Still out there.
Rest in
We
peace
ain't
to
getting ran out of our neighborhood, man. We elevate. That's why I like. But this is why I also preach like pro-black to people. Like, yo, like, be independent, be get your money, shit like that. So we don't have to move nowhere. So we can, like, you know, I love when people live in Brooklyn too. Like, I could link up with motherfuckers in Brooklyn too that's black. Like, yo, fuck it, let's go get. Because now it's nice. They hook Brooklyn up. It's like 10 bars up and down like that. And I want to hang out with my niggas there. I don't want to go there and just be a bunch of fucking white people there. I don't got nothing against white people, but I want to hang out with the people I grew up with. I want to see the motherfuckers I grew up with. I want to see people like me elevating. I want to see people like me, like my skin color, just owning those places and shit like that, you know?
Vok, how do you think that we stop gentrification in Brooklyn?
Stop calling the cops on drug dealers. Let them sell drugs. Just let them sell drugs. If drug dealers, remember drug dealers?
I don't think that's the right.
That's it.
I'm waiting for the.
Because when drug dealers was in front of the buildings, right? They made sure the crime didn't happen. So niggas, if something happened on the block,
But you had to be
they
a
did
certain.
it.
You had to be a particular type of dude, though.
Yeah, but listen.
And I don't.
Back in the days,
Nah, crime happened.
crime happened, but it was them
Around the
committing
corner.
it. It was them committing it. Niggas didn't. And if your moms was messed up, niggas was paying the rent. Niggas had the block cool. It was no beefs going on unless they had the problem with somebody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you knew everything.
But that's
came
a principle thing.
Yeah, and niggas had principle.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But you know when principle out the window? When niggas called the cops on them. Soon as niggas ain't do what they wanted, niggas called the cops on the nigga. Now he gone. Right? Now they can't afford the rent because niggas ain't selling drugs no more, so the building is nice. Niggas got to go. They bringing in new people. They calling the cops. Niggas, the more cops they calling, the more niggas keep going. Niggas keep going, it's gone. Chauncey and Howard, that's my block. I'm from 328 Chauncey Street between Howard and Saratoga, my nigga. Ralph Cramden's address for niggas who know history.
Oh,
you feel what I'm saying?
get out of here.
Facts.
That was Ralph Cramden's crib?
Yeah, that's a fact. You
The
feel
same
what I'm saying?
apartment?
The same apartment.
No.
3R. That's a fact.
Wow.
It's a
Fuck,
fact.
that's crazy.
It's a fact.
In his apartment?
Yeah.
Same oven?
Jack and Gleason. That's a fact. Lived in that apartment. You could do the history. That's a fact. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
shit,
from
from the
328 Chauncey
Honeymooners?
Street. Yeah, from the Honeymooners.
You used to live in that fucking apartment?
That's a fact.
What the fuck?
328 Chauncey Street. You feel me?
Crazy.
I'm from that block. If I go on that block to this day, it's not one person I knew and grew up with from that block still on it.
Right.
And my family owned the building. And it still ain't nobody on the block. I went on the block. I was getting a sandwich from the Ox the other day. I said, let me just walk up the block. First of all, it was never Ox there. It's Puerto Ricans in the store.
Right.
They gone. Jews bought them out, put Ox in there. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna work for $3 less. You feel what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna get no credit up. They don't know these people. You feel what I'm saying? Going on the block, Felix and them, they gone from Saratoga. Even Bainbridge is different. You feel what I'm saying? We got our family over there, but Bainbridge is still Bainbridge because they own their houses. You feel what I'm saying? There's some people in the middle because some people sold their houses, but for the most part, people still own their houses. Niggas ain't own shit. It was like the drug dealers back then, they ain't think about us. They was like, fuck the youth. They ain't buy no buildings. They ain't buy no stores, no businesses, no bonds, no nothing.
Even if they
ain't give a
did,
fuck
they
about
sold it for cheap because they started offering people, like, I know on my block, they was offering people,
$100K to get
yeah,
about
like
here. Niggas leaving.
10 years ago, like a lot of families on my block, they was offering them, like, yo, I'll give you $200,000 for your house. $200,000 cash? Like, the Jews come with $200,000 cash. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's hard to turn down $200,000 cash.
Liquid? No. You can't turn it
Yeah,
down.
so they selling their houses. Now the houses over there is like worth $1.5 million. So it's like
the appraisal value is crazy.
yeah. So it's like, but at the time, you living in a home, you own a home, but you don't understand the value of it. Like in somebody's offering you $200,000 cash, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy me a house in North Carolina and go live down there.
But I know what I'm saying is it sound like a joke, but honest to God truth on some bullshit, on some real serious shit. If niggas wasn't calling the cops on our own people and we was policing ourselves and making sure that niggas was getting up out of here and we was policing ourselves like the Jews do, because that's what they did. They ain't call the cops. Do you think Jews ain't got niggas who sell drugs in their community? You don't think they got niggas who do all the shit? Nigga, they be having niggas that be touching the kids and they won't tell on them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
and in our community, all we do is sell a little crack to each other. So what? That nigga sell his crack. Let him sell his crack. If niggas was selling crack in front of the building, it wouldn't cost $1,400 for the 1 bedroom on the first floor. That used to be a 3-bedroom. They turning our buildings into, they got 6, remember Bed-Stuy apartments, they railroad cribs. Now it's 3 apartments on each side. That's 6 apartments on one floor. When the first floor had 6 apartments in the Bed-Stuy apartment building. They're killing us over here. Yeah. They packing us up like sardines. And we can't even afford to live here. We can't afford to do it.
Yeah, we're lucky.
And you know why? Because the niggas was selling crack in front of the building, bringing down the property value. Called the cops on them. Because a crackhead broke your car window. Make the fucking... And I know the drug dealers... A crackhead break a car window on my block. I was paying for that window to get fixed. And the fiend had to pay for that later on. But I'm paying for that window. And that's what niggas did.
You caught the fiend?
You always catch the fiend because you know they do. You know what because they come with you with that same money. I got this radio. Should have had your man name on it and all that.
Hell, yo, shit is a crackhead Olympics.
Yeah, you know how that shit go, man.
Like stealing CDs out of a car.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
honest to God, truth. If we policed ourselves, we wouldn't have lost our community. If we lost our community because we the police us.
Right, but I think right now it's a good time for black people to rise and you know, like, because there's a lot, like, as myself, you know, and I know a lot of black people who are in position to help other black people, and that's all I do. Like right now, like in my home, like, you know, I own the home we live in, and it's about 4 or 5 guys up there that live with me that just do work. Like we just up there, like they're in the studio, like I'm trying to help a lot of people because I know it's hard for people. So it's like, you know, I feel like black
opportunities.
Right, yeah, you got to give people a workspace, give people an opportunity, like
create
everything. Like it's really hard for black people to follow their dream because it's like if you don't have a secure place to live, like you're gonna have to do something that you don't want to do to try to get somewhere to live, or then you're gonna have to work a schedule that takes away from your creativity. And so I just try to provide a lot of opportunities for black people.
So you creating like a studio finishing school?
It's kind of not like that. I don't even put that
it's
much
like a
thought
workspace.
into it. It's
like
just a workspace.
It's a studio upstairs. They go upstairs. They be sitting up there. Like you go up there. They have one nigga in the corner recording or making a beat. Then
Right,
they have a
nigga.
kid. They have another kid on the computer editing the video. Then they got another kid in the room. He probably working on some type of website or something. Like they all up there. They all on their laptops sitting there working in the workspace. Somebody writing and shit. They just straight up there working. Like literally.
And they all
just
live
working.
on site as well?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just
stay
crash.
in the room.
Whoever there, like anybody just come over and crash.
I
and shit.
thought they had a dormitory set up and then the studios below. Okay.
No, it's just like in the room. They just get busy.
Just get busy. Just a
Little
workspace.
workspace.
Anybody,
Live.
you know what I mean? Because I try to help people. I know the feeling of like feeling like, yo, no one can help you. Because there's been times in my life like there's no one older than me who did the same thing I did. So it was like I had to help it was like working across, like people like Vok, Tax, like it was all of us who were actually friends. And like, you know, we kind of started the generation of being like entrepreneurs and not working a particular job. Like, because everybody that's older than me work jobs that I know like that's successful. So they think that's the way to go. And they kind of would sway like, yo, I don't think you should try to do that. There's no money in that. You're just chasing a dream. And I'm a big dreamer, so it's like no one could ever kill my dream. No one could ever stop me from doing what I do, no matter how bad I'm doing, no matter nothing. Like I still believe in myself, and I want other people to feel like that too. Like you know, like especially when you're like in your early 20s or even like your teens going into your 20s, it's like there's a bunch of people telling you like, yo, like the stuff, it's time for you to get the real world, it's time for you to get a job. Maybe you're not going to be this good musician you think you are. But even if not, like the fact that you're just working independently is important.
Not even touch you. The pressures that's placed upon the 18, 19, 20-year-old black kid is not placed upon the same pressures as any other kid from any other race.
Right.
Kids 24, 25, they white, they consider kids. They just graduated college. They still a kid. At 18, your mom try to keep you at
30-year-old
the
white
crib.
kid is
earlier.
Mom try to keep you at the crib at 18. Like, you got to go. You going to shit on get with this pot. You feel what I'm saying? The pressures that's placed upon niggas is really rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And
right.
it's
That's
hard
why
to
you
tell
gotta-
kids
you
not
gotta
to.
hope you get into school.
Yeah, and you're not even properly equipped to handle it because it's like just throw you out there. Like no one even tells you anything because it's just like, yo, like I made it out. That's another thing I hate. Like when people feel like they made it and they feel like no one helped them, the first thing they do is like, I did it by myself, so these people got to do it by themselves. Fuck that. I'm not helping nobody.
Right.
And that's kind of a fucked up attitude to have. I hate when people have that attitude.
And we only had that shit with ourselves. We don't have that energy for nobody
Yep.
else. We don't got that energy with the black people. We don't got that energy for no one else.
Man. But then you talking about something that's been programmed into people.
Yeah, right.
Over
Because
generations, our arguments and the things that we are pushing against People been pushing against for 30 years, 60 years, 100 years. Still. So, what, we stop pushing?
No, never.
That's it.
But I feel like we making, like a lot of black people, we making ground now because America is showing how racist it really is and how, like, no matter what, people supporting Trump, like, no matter what he do, people support that nigga, and I kind of feel like I don't give a fuck. I'm never not supporting nobody black unless they like except only person I really can't fuck with like Bill Cosby because he was raping women. But I don't give a fuck what a black person do. I'm forgiving them. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck how many people you kill, 20 people and shit like that. Like fuck it. Like white people
crazy?
get that luxury.
Gangster shit. On some real gangster shit, I know niggas probably gonna say like, you wildin'. But I been ain't fuck with Bill Cosby. He was saying fuck niggas.
Right. He was saying
niggas is hoodlums and calling out rappers and saying niggas wasn't intelligent and all of that. Like, yo, eat a dick, Bill Cosby on some crazy shit.
I don't know
like,
what happened to Bill Cosby.
He was talking crazy about niggas and then you was taking pussy the whole time.
Yeah, word, right?
The whole time you talking about hanging out pants off her ass, you taking pussy.
And you gotta understand the youth. Like you can't. Everybody forget. I feel like when people get to a certain place, they forget they was a youth before. Like you forget you was young and immature,
and you just his only son killed on the side of a road. Stop playing. All right, Cosby was some kind of
crazy
weirdo pervert. Yes, part of the whole crew, whole cabal,
trying to be like the white man. He think he could get away with. They could get away with.
I mean, listen.
But none of that shit ain't happened until he tried to buy that network.
Until he tried to buy that network. Until he tried to do something that was not.
He's like, hold up. You're a nigger. Slow your ass down.
Well, listen, a lot of stuff I feel like, a lot of stuff that, you know, that black men, older men learned, they learned from the white people. Like especially successful black men. 40, 50 years ago, the only people they could hang out was other successful white people.
Nobody else
right, because there was not that many successful black people, so they picked up a lot of their bad traits. Because white people, like, they the ones who invented guns and war and all that shit. Like, they just evil by, I won't say they're evil, but certain particular ones. Like,
I think Chinese
98% of them, not all.
Did we invent?
White people kill people with all kind of other shit.
Yeah, right.
They made it a hot line.
Like that's why they kind of dominated because they was willing to do anything to anybody. Yeah, that's living like barbarians. And I kind of feel like, you know, black people kind of picked that trait up from them. Right. And now it's kind of like time for the black man to set the precedent of what a black man should be.
Yeah, you don't have to be barbaric. Mm-hmm. You can be like, man, there's just enough here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the crazy shit is now, Trump made it so where it's like, even white people hate Trump, right? Yeah. So now, the white people who hate Trump are starting to see like, hey,
yeah,
they are racist.
Yeah, we are fucked up. So,
what the? No, I didn't look at it this way. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like,
do you think there's some people that didn't know?
Yeah,
but and you know the crazy shit is, them being who they are, they're allowed to not know.
It's one of those pillars.
Yeah, if you're accustomed to something, if that's just the way you've been taught your whole life, like, how would you know it's wrong until you actually see someone else doing it? And you're like, whoa, that's not right. And then you start to look at yourself and be like, yo, like, I know, maybe I need to check myself.
I'm just trying to say that even in your heart of hearts, you already knew what's right was right and what's wrong was wrong. And you was always just like, I'm going to just keep betting on this wrong shit because, you know, fuck it. That's what we doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like they said they was gonna put Harriet Tubman on a note, on a treasury note, and I'm thinking like, how Harriet Tubman, like which Harriet Tubman, angry Harriet Tubman, or smiling Harriet Tubman? You know what I mean? How is our hair gonna be done? Like Condoleezza Rice.
Actually smiling.
What'd you say?
Are there any pictures of her actually smiling?
There has to
smile about.
I think that's what.
I'm just saying. Like,
there has to be. There was that time they took a picture of her after she shot that bounty hunter in the forehead.
White people would have just depicted. They would have.
Yeah, right. They
would have did some like.
It wasn't even cameras out. It always shows.
Yeah, they're gonna do some crazy drawing.
Like. She took a selfie after she got the first. She took a selfie for the gram. They did it.
She took a selfie
for the underground gram.
Yeah.
They misquote her all the time.
I believe Harriet Tubman smiled at one point in her life at some time
when she shot somebody.
However. One of the many times.
To freedom.
One of the many times.
To freedom.
Internets, man. Yeah. We are like, on a wild spaceship, though. But definitely being held down on the ground by our special guest, Bills.
My God, man. Thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
IG Sad Pit.
Twitter B Billions. I'm 6 foot. I'm very uneducated, so that'd be like if a girl wanted like y'all could teach this nigga to read, you know what I mean? So like girls like that, girls like working on guys. That's a project, you know. So
Are you gonna be holding one of those seminars at Brooklyn Central Public Library, 2 Eastern Parkway, Grand Army Plaza?
But they have like yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to the library.
Internets, I definitely think if you're looking to see Bills live, reading books, taking out books, Brooklyn Central Public Library.
I can't really read too good. I think like
You ain't got.
I said picture books.
You ain't got it. You just open.
the picture, just they got
Open
books
the
with
book.
pictures. Because in high school, you know, I thought I had dyslexia, but it was like my teacher used to tell me, like yo,
What
you
you're
need
doing
to
is a
go to the
prop.
doctor, and you know, I think you have a problem because I would I gave an essay in, right? So I write really well. So she was like, yo, I read it. You know, you got to read it aloud, read your essay aloud. She was like, yo, it's amazing. And when she gave it back to me, I had like 46 misspelled words. She was like, yo, like what the fuck? Like this is not even the same thing that you read. I was like, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, and then she was like, yo, I think you need to go to a doctor. But my parents would never take me. And I told them like, yo, I think I got dyslexia. My teacher want me to go. Think I should go see a doctor. And I was like, man, whatever. Just go back to school tomorrow.
Like dyslexia costs money.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you better figure it out.
You got astigmatism. You can't see. They got them glasses.
That ass. You know how many people I know that needed glasses and their parents wouldn't take them to the doctor to get no fucking glasses? And there's only about so much you could do, man.
And the name of the podcast.
Reservations for One podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud and YouTube. I put the visual out on YouTube. Some of the ladies tell me they watch it on mute because they hate the stuff that comes out of my mouth, but I look kind of handsome from the camera angle, so they just watch the whole thing.
Angling.
Yeah, angles is everything. Shout out to the angles.
Facts. Internets. All right, so there you go. Another Talkitecture podcast.
What up, Bach?
Peace, man.
Happy New Year, Bills. Happy New Year, Brother Briss.
Definitely happy New
Yo,
Year.
happy birthday, man. Oh, that's what you call a birthday. Happy New Year. It is a new year, right? You know what?
Absolutely.
It's my own personal new year.
That's a
That's a
fact.
fact. That's the fact.
It's a rebirth.
But I do this like every month is a new year to me. Like I tweet, new month, new me. Fuck it, I'm not who I was. Now I'm starting to think every week. Fuck it, I did some fucked up shit last week, but now I'm changed. I'm different.
Crazy.
That's that reset button, dope.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Listen, 22 G's coming soon. Cello coming soon. Big Queens project. 22 G's, the Blicky tape. Got a bunch of stuff coming that's gonna be crazy next year. And
I got a new
2019
project
gonna be
coming
a
out
great
in
year.
December, too.
Free Tax Stone.
Yes.
Freedom is a must and it's essential, just like safety. Make sure you stay safe.
That's right.
The Talkitecture podcast is a presentation of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to Combat Jack. Episodes are executive produced by A. King and Dallas Penn. All episodes are engineered superbly by Brother Christopher. 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 By Brother Christopher.